What's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Takes. And your San Diego Padres have advanced to the National League Division Series, baby. Let's
Playoffs?
fucking go.
Vibes are at 100.
Let's go, boys. Vibes are at an all-time high. Padres advance, Philly advances, Cleveland advances, and Seattle advances. And we're going to get into all those games, starting off with our hometown Padres. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go, San Diego.
Let's fucking go.
Holy shit. I want
That
to
was
start
exciting.
off with the Padres game, not only because we're all Padres fans, we're from San Diego,
But
living
it's fresh out the
East
oven.
County, and it's fresh off because there was only one series to go, all three, and it was ours. San Diego beats the New York Mets in fashion, I think. Trevor has the double middle fingers because we talked about it earlier, Trevor. Double middle finger energy. That's what we wanted this season to be. But you know what? Fuck it. Didn't happen this season. It happened in the postseason.
We love it.
So we're going to talk about it. The Padres win this series, take 2 out of 3 from the Mets, have to go through Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, and Chris Bassett, a 3-headed snake, and just did it. They fucking did it.
Yes, sir.
Don't ask me how if you weren't
Yes,
watching.
sir.
I mean, there is one player who I'd like to shout out. His name is Trent Grisham. Trevor. Yep. Thank you. Trent Grisham in the playoffs in 3 games has 8 at-bats. He has scored 5 runs, has 4 hits and 8 at-bats, batting a 500. 2 of those are bombs, 2 walks. He's slugging at 1250 with an OPS almost at 2.
And he's catching balls left and right.
And he is just nails in center field.
Looks like the old Gold Glover that we all know, Trent Grisham. And
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
And his home runs were off of Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom. Are you shitting me? If you're locked in on those two, get ready, Gonsolin. Get ready, fucking Dustin May, you bitch asses.
2020 Trent Grisham in the house right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good time to be a Padre fan because the Padres showed how deep their lineup really is. I mean, Manny Machado and Juan Soto didn't really have to do much in this series with the bat, but the entire lineup really did. Nola had a great series, it seemed like. Grisham, Kim had a big series. Today's game,
Josh Bell.
Josh Bell started the whole entire series off with a 2-run jack in the first inning. Kind of set the tone. So
really
Profar too has played really good. He gets those hits when when you're not even thinking. He gets on base. Like started the whole entire game off with the first pitch bloop single. Like it was a great series. I know deGrom kind of shut us down, and the Mets rallied against Morihone, and Morihone kind of got the playoff shakes a little bit. Kind of interesting to see if he's on our roster next round with Mike Clev joining the team. We'll see. But this was a great series. Scoring 7 runs in the first game, all off Max Scherzer.
Yep.
That's fucking unreal. Profar with a 3-run jack off Max Scherzer. Who would have thought? I told you guys going in the year Profar was going to be a good everyday player because of Bo Mel. And I think Bo Mel gave this team the pitch they needed 2 weeks ago. And again, before playoffs, gave it to him today and again tonight. Mel is the backbone of this team. He's going to be fighting for guys. And it kind of showed a little bit today. Joe Musgrove was absolutely dominating, throwing a perfect game in this game 3 of the wild card. And then all of a sudden, Buck Showalter approaches the umpire. All of a sudden, all the umpires gathered around. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going
I
on?
was getting nervous.
Look
I was
at
like,
Twitter.
Wait a second.
I go straight to Twitter because usually somebody knows something I don't. I go look and I see people talking about his Joe Musgrove's ears being shiny.
They were a little bit shiny though.
I clicked on someone's video because they were live streaming on the pod and they're live streaming their own podcast, and they're all, well, is he using sticky stuff? But I haven't seen him touch his ears. Is he using it to shine against the batter's eyes because how big his ears is? And I started laughing, dude. I started crying that someone actually put that clip on social media and said he used Vaseline to reflect light off of his ears. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a playoff fucking baseball game.
Seriously.
We had the head umpire giving Joe Musgrove a fucking wet willy on national television when this was the only fucking baseball game on today. And it was the one that meant most in this whole round because everyone else sweat. Like this game meant the most in baseball. We got the fucking head umpire knuckle deep in Joe Musgrove's earlobe.
I thought he was gonna pull a quarter out.
Yeah, and
pull a
it's
trick
all
on
had to
all.
do with Joe Musgrove's RPMs were up on all of his pitches today. And I mean,
It's the playoffs.
wouldn't your RPMs be up if you needed to dial in on a do or die game, win or go home? I think I would have a little extra pep in my fucking arm to throw 7 shutout innings, 1 hit against the 101 win Mets, who are the big bad New York team this year. Oh, we have new owner who has so much money and we can sign anyone. They signed Max Scherzer in the offseason. And what happens? You get fucking bullied by the 89 win San Diego Padres.
Love
Bullied.
to see it. What was
We
that stat you
shoved-
said, Bob? It was like 27 out of 32 ESPN reporters or something.
It was 27-4 ESPN writers
Experts.
and reporters and
experts who know this
And
game so well. They
They
know
wrote
they
us
knew.
off. They
All
wrote us off, and we didn't write back, baby.
yeah, all 10 MLB Network analysts pick Mets. Everyone on baseball doesn't exist at Jared Carabas. Yeah, buddy, I'm posting
You're in
this
the
clip
list.
at
You're
you.
on the list.
I saw you picked Mets. I did see that. So we're keeping. I'm keeping notes. I hope
Robert-
everybody picks the fucking Dodgers because I'm
Yep.
keeping notes.
We are Robert Sala in your asses. Trust me.
Yes,
You see Nodi, it's gonna be from us. Pick the Dodgers, I guarantee it.
please.
You're gonna if you pick the Mets, please pick the Dodgers.
Please
Because
stay
you
on
wrote
that.
us off once.
Yes.
Do it again, please, because we
Yeah.
ain't writing back.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
You ain't writing back.
No, sir.
And that's how it is. I love when the Padres are underdogs. We go into the season a little bit hype, we make some moves. Our team's looking good. The hype in the media just doesn't do well with just the Padres. It never really has done well, So to be underdogs and then to go out and put a fucking beating on Scherzer, who is some may consider the best pitcher in baseball. Yeah, DeGrom had his great game, but DeGrom truly is the best pitcher in baseball in a must-win game for the Mets. I wouldn't expect anything less from out of what he did. And then game 3, the Mets are in the worst possible case scenario where you had to throw Chris Bassett on the mound. When honestly, Joe Musgrove, for the first 2 or 3 months, he was our best pitcher on this team. I was feeling very confident getting our ace on the mound in a
his
win.
stats were awesome. He was definitely up there for best pitcher on the Padres. Like, yeah, you Darvish shoved all year long, but so did Joe.
Yeah, and
fell off for a little bit, but his last 5 starts only giving up 1 run.
Yeah,
consistent pitcher.
Getting hot at the right time.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
the best
something
part
we're
about
gonna
this
preach.
is the Padres set this up perfectly. Like Bo Mel, me and Shenny talked before the postseason started and said we would go Musgrove game 2.
That's what I was thinking, just to get it
I
over
think
with.
that's what the whole world was thinking. But he went
Yeah.
Blake game 2, Musgrove in a game that you need.
Yeah.
When shit's on the line, put the homegrown boy on the mound.
Yes,
I want Joe game 7 of every series.
Yes, sir.
Like that's the type of energy we need every time he takes the mound. But there's a couple things that I want to talk about that were kind of weird to me. The Mets used Edwin Diaz like all wildly,
Yeah.
early as fuck, like every game. Padres only used Hader tonight.
One time. Yeah, one time.
Shut the doors. Don't let him even think about it. Most of our pitchers are relatively like
Hot.
not hot, but like not tired. I mean, like
Yeah.
we didn't use them like overuse. Like
Yeah.
you Darvish didn't pitch 125 pitches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Joe
that's
Musgrove
credit.
didn't either. Like
That's
you
credit
know,
in my opinion. That's credit to Bob Melvin. All year he wanted our starters to go 7 innings. You know, if we can get 7, we're gonna be in good shape. And then we go through that rough patch during the year. All teams are gonna do it. It just happens. That's the nature of this game. Yeah, maybe some people maybe overreacted. Some people maybe me, but that's fine because that's what it's all about: is overreacting, coming back down to earth, realizing what we have, and then firing up again, knowing playoffs are around the corner. And the Mets aren't like a bad team. Like people had the
No.
Mets going to the World Series. You probably ask everybody out there what would be your World Series pick. They probably say Mets and Yankees. Give me a Subway Series. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And they don't even think about the Padres. Oh,
no.
they're the little Padres. They're in San Diego. Who cares? Oh, they have good weather. That's all they think about San Diego Padres. They have good weather. So for us to go to New York, we haven't even played a home game yet, and just absolutely put a can of whoop ass on this 101 win Mets team who literally lost the division last week. I saw the trend of them just going straight into the shitter
Yep.
all last 2 weeks. It was awesome. I had a good feeling if we could win one out of Scherzer and DeGrom, game 3 was going to be the deciding factor with Musgrove on the mound. And what do you know? He goes out there, 7 shutout innings, 1 hit allowed, and it looked. I mean, this Padre team looks dangerous right now. And I also want to shout out AJ Preller for building a roster to compete in October like we have tried to do the last 3 fucking years. Thank you for making moves. Yeah, so didn't have the
Panning out.
best 3 games, but he clutched up 2 RBI single, 6-0, you know, in the 7th inning,
Put the
whatever it
nail
was.
on the coffin. That's what he
Yeah.
did right there was put the nail on the coffin. I mean, Padres had much more opportunities to even do that. Like Manny Machado's double after Soto's single earlier in the game.
And then 3 strikeouts after
And
that.
yeah, 3 strikeouts after that because they used their best bullpen pieces at the time.
Yeah.
But I love this Padres team right now. They're super hot.
Hype.
Question mark is Jake Cronenworth. He's nowhere to be found.
Yep,
6
very true.
strikeouts and 13 at bats. Hopefully he turns around. We're gonna
honestly, I want to hear your guys' opinion. What would you do with the lineup in this case? Because I think we're hot how it's set up right
I think I
now.
like it. It obviously pan
But
out.
we to beat the Dodgers, in my opinion, 3 games, we need someone else to make that jump. You know,
So what I do to what you're saying to switch up our team a little bit is I sit Jake a day and start Drury there. Keep Will at first. Keep our team how it is most of the time, and then we could get Jake first guy off the bench. You know, if we need to go to a better defensive team where we want Jake back out there first off the bench. I mean, I like Drury's bat, especially if we're gonna face such heavy lefty rotation of the Dodgers with Kershaw and Urias.
and
Yeah.
I really like Drury because he hammers lefties, he hammers off speed. That's exactly what Kershaw is lefty, slow off speed, throws a lot of curveball slider heavy. Like I would love Drury that day instead of a lefty Cronenworth who's 0 for the century in the playoffs right now.
yeah, and also how I think about kind of the wild card little series is the Dodgers have been sitting on their ass this whole week.
Yeah.
This whole week they've been sitting on their ass.
They've been watching us.
They haven't got the adrenaline, you know, of playing a game, playoff game, you know, because every year, every team is so different that some guys have maybe not have experienced this type of atmosphere, especially going to LA, you know, like LA has some really diehard fans. I mean, I'll give them that credit, but like, you know, I like how the Padres have been playing.
We had
We're
a
going to
lot
be
of
road
fans in New
dogs.
York. I feel like we had a lot of fans in New York.
Well, San Diego has a lot of money. We're in California.
Yeah, true.
got a
I
little-
need all Padre fans to go make their way to LA this week.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
And I bet you about half of them are Yankee fans. Just fuck, like they want to say fuck the Mets.
Yeah, true.
They
Might
just
have bought a
bought,
Padre jersey
yeah,
yesterday.
just for the funnies.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. So we have a divisional series matchup versus our rival.
Our
I mean,
rival,
the big
yeah.
bad Dodgers, our
It's
big
not a
brothers.
rivalry. It's not a
It-
rivalry.
It's not a rivalry, obviously. They own us this year. But it is a true underdog story. Um, hungry, a hungry dog always eats faster. That's whatever you want to say.
That's right.
But let's give our predictions for this series. It's going to be rough. It's going to be hard. It's going to be full of heartbreak, depression, anxiety, stress, love, happiness, joy, every emotion a human being could possibly go through. But to me, this game is going to go all five games. Just bit my tongue, sorry. And I'm going to give it to the Padres. And it's going to go 5 games. Give it to the Padres. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. It's going to be a lot of what we just watched. The Trent Grishams, the Austin Nolas, the Jerkson Profars, the Ha-Sung Kims.
Yeah.
It's going to be that. It's going to be a Brandon Drury. It's going to be a Manny Machado and Juan Soto, trust me. But we're going to need a Trent Grisham again. 500, 2 bombs, 5 runs, a 2 fucking OPS. Like, this is
Yeah,
unheard of.
give me.
Nola with 1,000 OPS. Like,
I'm already picturing it. Grisham hits a bomb off Kershaw, runs around third base while the Dodgers dugout's barking at him, and he's just yelling "fuck you" back to him. Fuck you,
Double
Dave
bird.
Roberts.
Double bird.
Yep. Trent Grisham's
this
feisty.
series is going to be unreal. The Padres just have to bring it. Like,
I'm
it
gonna be
didn't
biting my
seem
nails
like
the
they
whole series.
brought it at all during the regular season when we faced this team. It did not seem like they brought it. Felt like it was faked. But this is the only time they can bring it. Like, this is the only time it matters. Playoffs, we're still 0-0 basically. It's a new round.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they did in regular season because
No,
in
they won
October,
111 games. Don't give a fuck.
anything can fucking happen. The
Mets
fucking
won
Nationals,
101. Don't
the
give a fuck.
Nationals
Don't give a
beat
fuck.
the Dodgers 2 years ago with someone on our team. Juan Soto was on that team. So, hey, if anyone knows how to do it, he does, and he
Joe
needs to be
Musgrove,
step up.
2017.
Yep, being
Fuck
trash cans
them
and shit.
Dodgers. You see that video? Joe Musgrove celebrating on live.
Yes, you better say it again.
Did you give your
all right.
prediction, Jenny?
I'm gonna go with Bob. I think it's Padres in 5. I think it's gonna be 1-1 in LA and then 1-1 in San Diego, and then Game 5 is just who wants it more? Who wants that fucking? Who wants to eat more? Who wants to be a hungrier dog?
That's what it is.
I'm gonna say Padres in 4. I think we win one, Mike Clev. I think we win both in LA, and then we come here, lose the first one, win the last one. That's how I'm gonna predict it goes.
Well, that sounds great.
I would love that.
All right. Well, that was that round. So let's break down a little bit of the Phillies and Cardinals series. So the rest of this postseason so far has been sweep, so it's kind of easy to talk about. But the Phillies had a wild, epic comeback in the 9th inning of the first game. That game was boring to start, if you will. I mean, as a non-fan of both of those teams, see a lot of ups and downs, a lot of zeros on the board is not fun to watch in the playoffs. But then the Cardinals hit a 2-run bomb to get it started, and then all of a sudden Phillies have a wild comeback. And then Nola, second game, kind of dominates them. The Cardinals go down kind of without a fight, and Phillies took that series. I really kind of got screwed up with how this bracket shit works. So it's the first year that the bracket is set in stone, I guess. So the lowest seed is not facing the highest seed anymore. Doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I thought we all thought the same thing.
Yeah,
all
like I
around
really
the-
thought Phillies won, and as soon as their screen popped up, it was said advance the Braves, and I almost shit myself because I truly thought, and I was arguing with everyone, that the lowest bracketed will face the highest one, which in every other sport is like, but I guess not this year. So Phillies are going to take on the Braves. Braves got the home field advantage, obviously. We'll get the game 5 if necessary. Holy cow.
Yeah, and
Tongue
maybe
twisters, right?
MLB wanted this because we get the NLDS now, 2 interdivision games, teams in their division playing against each other. The
Divisional
Cardinals,
series.
yeah, I totally thought the Cardinals were gonna win this series. I had a inside source tell me that the balls were juiced for Pujols and Yachty and Adam Wainwright. This is gonna be their last hurrah. Let's go out with a ring, kind of a Peyton Manning-esque type of thing. That's the beauty about baseball. You can't rig it. You cannot rig baseball. You have to play
Okay.
27 outs no matter what the circumstances is. And the Cardinals get absolutely fucked on by the Phillies. I think the stat was they had only lost, maybe they're undefeated when they're up by 2 runs or something like that in the 8th inning or later. Maybe it was the 9th inning or later.
93-0
93-0
in the playoffs. While
when leading by 2
2
runs
or nothing
in the 8th inning or later or something like that, or
in the
9th
8th inning
inning.
or later.
And they lose. Game 1, they lose. The Phillies come back. They put up a 6 spot, and I think they won 6-2, right?
Something like that. I mean, doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah. I don't think the Phillies are that good.
I don't either, but Bryce Harper, hasn't won a championship yet. He left. Then the Nationals won one. It was like instant karma. He's desperate. He's recruited all these guys to go play with him. He basically hand selected this team.
Won't happen.
Schwarber
They're gonna play too good.
is electric every time he's at bat. He's won a ring before, so I bet you he's kind of leading these guys a little bit. And they look good, Pitcher, your pitcher's got to get hot and be good. That's what it is. That's how you win in baseball in the playoffs. Is pitchers are hot and they just carry you. Like that's why the Nationals were so good in 2019. It's because Max and Steven Strasburg and Patrick Corbin were so fucking good that Anibal Sanchez could just come out of the bullpen and they just pitched people to death. And that's what the Phillies' plan is, I assume. But I don't think they're going to get over the Braves, man. The Braves lineup is nasty and their pitchers are dirty. And Kenley is looking good. I mean, seems like the Dodgers threw him away for Craig Kimbrell, who's cheeks. And Kenley Jensen's been pretty nice. What you thinking about this series, Trevor?
I probably go Braves in 4. I think the Braves lineup is just too good. You lose Freddie Freeman, but you replace Matt Olson, who, he hasn't done good this year, but anything happens in the playoffs, Matt Olson could turn into a fucking superstar, and if that happens, it's all worth his contract. It's all worth losing Freddie Freeman. It's all worth all the bad negative thoughts you had about the team. I think the Braves are a lot better than the Phillies. So I mean, clearly they are. They won. They won like 12 more games, 13 more games than them. So that's a big jump.
Philly's gonna need Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler to absolutely shove.
Yeah, have a day.
Oh, I'm gonna go Braves in 3.
Whoa,
3 sweep, huh?
They sweep them, and I just don't. I don't think the Phillies are that great.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. go with Shenny. I'll give him Braves in 4. Congratulations to Albert Pujols and Yadier Molina on great careers.
Yeah, no Kizzy.
No
Um,
kidding.
they've been great Hall of Famers, no doubt. First round. If they do indeed walk away, it's been fun watching them win a couple rings
Absolutely.
over there for St. Louis, and dominate the sport. And this year for Albert Pujols has been
A fun one.
absolutely incredible for
Yeah.
him. Talking about wanting to retire in June to having the best second half of his career.
It's fun to watch.
And they were scary to me. I did not really want to face them because I felt like they had a just like the baseball gods like carrying them through playoffs. That's what it felt like they were going to get, because sort of felt like Albert Pujols was on when like a baseball god injected himself into him, and
Juice balls.
just maybe. But yeah, I'm going to continue to say Braves sweep. All right, so let's move on to the Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Cleveland sweeps this series. They had a huge start from Shane Biebs. And then the next game went into like the 14th
15
inning
innings.
In extras. So what's great
boring
about
games.
playoffs is that there's no free runner on second base. You do not advance to go. Do not collect $200.
And this game
There-
would have been over if there was a ghost runner
Oh yeah,
way
because-
before the 15th.
We don't fucking play those rules here.
Yeah, no. And it made me love baseball all over again, because that's the true definition of baseball is in extras, you guys suck again all of a sudden.
Gotta earn it.
I
Gotta
love
earn
it.
Best team,
Yeah,
the best team wins in extras. The best
yeah,
team
best
truly
team
wins.
wins. Usually it's the home team, I would say, in extras. Home team gets such an advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, the Guardians proved that.
Yep, walk off homer. All you
Oscar
gotta do is score.
Gonzalez.
Do they really have a shot versus the Yankees?
I think they have 0 shot.
Yankees
Yes.
are choke artists, though. Let's not
Yes.
forget.
If it was the Rays, I would
Not
say
first
even
round,
more yes.
though.
But yes, they do because their pitching is so fucking good.
Cleveland?
Yeah, their pitching is great. Tristan McKenzie looked great in game 2.
Yeah, and they only
Bieber was
use
great.
Bieber and they get a day off today, you know? Like they get an extra 2 days off. Bieber might be able to pitch game 1, but I don't think
I
so.
don't
But
think so.
it's something to think about. You got to
They'll probably go whoever they were thinking for game 3 and then Bieber yeah.
I love in playoffs how when managers and teams they tell them 3 days rest is all you can get because we need you. So that's gonna be a fun. I just like when guys get told I only get 3 days rest and then they go out and shove again. They have a great outing. They nut up, they understand, and they get ready. They get mentally prepared to pitch again in 3 days. I'm okay with that. I think the Guardians need to do that because after Bieber and McKenzie, who do they have? Savale? Who's their third guy?
I'm not.
You don't even know. You don't
yeah.
literally have no idea.
I couldn't tell you. Is it going to be former Padre?
Yeah, you're right. It is Cal Quantrill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking off the top of my head. I couldn't think of his name though.
Probably is going to be him. Him and Austin Hedges.
What about Zach Plesac? Did you say him?
Yeah, I said Plesac.
Okay, yeah, that's who is lined up.
He is a fucking troublemaker.
I would love Plesac in game 1, and then you go right back to Shane Bieber.
Yeah, if the Yankees are notorious for choke artists, and how awesome would it be that baseball's 2 biggest, media fucking cocksuckers lose in the first series of the game? That'd be awesome.
And that's what I think I'm going. I'm going to go Guardians in 5. I'm going to go the old underdog story. Wow. Guardians in 5. I think the Yankees missed too many games. They're one of those weird teams. They had too much hype going into the playoffs. Judge, 62 homers, man. Dude, that guy has a fucking bat, man. Like, yeah, they had way too much hype, and it's one of those all-time postseason fuck-ups where Judge is a free agent afterwards. His mind is kind of thinking about, hey, man, how much money am I going to get? I got to stay healthy. I think that's an all-time
I have a hot
fuck-up.
take.
That's
I have a
a
hot take.
hot take. Let's hear it.
Aaron Judge hits 0 postseason home runs this year.
0? I doubt that. Highly doubt that.
0 postseason home runs.
I'm on those vibes. I could see it. I'm going Guardians in 5. Go ahead, take the Yankees. Take the Yankees.
I'm gonna take the Yankees in
Go ahead.
4. These are the big bad boys that we think they are, at least for the first round. Cleveland's pitchers are good, but are their bats really that good? It took them 15 innings to score 1 run against the Rays. So
Rays pitching is nasty.
true, very true, but I
Nasty.
don't know. Yankees can turn it on any moment.
I like that. I'm going to go Yankees in 4 as well.
Ooh.
I think they're just a better team. If you just look at them on paper, you just automatically Yankees. Yankees are a better team. Their team's a little bit more complete, I think. I think they have the superstars, they have the pitching, and the bullpen isn't that good. Oh, did you hear Chapman's not on the roster?
I did hear that.
Yes.
Didn't show up to the first practice or something.
Didn't show
like
up to
that.
his scheduled bullpen, his workout. Chapman, what the hell are you doing, buddy? You sleep in?
Fire him. Fired him.
And that's what Aaron Boone said. He did not
Don't show
have
up.
a reasonable excuse that I considered
name-
was good enough. So
your
he
name
is
is not on
home
the
in
list.
Miami.
That is fucking awesome. He is a clown, a bozo. That's what he gets. That's what he gets.
All right, next game that I want to talk about. Seattle taking on the Blue Jays in upsetting fashion.
Upsetting and probably the most exciting game of the weekend.
Other than the
I feel
Padres,
like.
obviously. The fuck, Roman?
But I feel like not in an exciting. We didn't win in exciting fashion like they did. Like we won 6-0 on to win the series.
Well, I mean, I guess because they had a 8-1 comeback. If that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you're talking about.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, then that. I mean, yeah, but Padres better. Come on, looking around. I'm kidding. But yeah, Seattle, the fucking underdogs, man, haven't played in the postseason since 2001. It's a long goddamn time. Those kids could drink now.
Yeah.
And the Blue Jays kind of just choke artists. 8-1, you're leading. That's what kind of made me scared for the Padres. Both games was because
we saw it crumble for them, and
we saw it crumble for them, and we
Yeah.
were down the first time. So I was like, yeah, we could come back. We just saw it, but the likely of both comebacks on the same day, like wild comebacks like that, not gonna happen. But then when we got to our big lead, had me
Scared
nervous
us.
a little bit. But
Yeah.
Blue Jays choked it. I hope Blue Jays center fielder is okay. George Springer did not look good.
That crash did not look good for sure.
It crashed. Good. But yeah,
Wish I needed the fucking head.
Seattle
Yeah.
ends up taking this and is going to be taking on the Houston Astros.
That is fucking wild.
Insane.
Yeah, because we got another divisional matchup.
The Mariners just have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
I think we all had the Blue Jays winning their division.
I think they had momentum. I think they have momentum coming off that huge win in Toronto. And for them not to make it to the postseason in the last 21 years, they are going to get at least one home game in Seattle. That's probably going to be electric.
Did you guys see the shoe rally?
Yeah, they had a shoe rally.
Some guy put his flip flop on his head. Some guy put his flip flop on his head in like the 6th inning, and they got a rally, and they were all, "It's the shoe," and so everybody around them like started putting their shoes on their head.
The entire stadium,
the whole stadium started doing it with their shoe on their head, and then the fucking Seattle's head security came up to that guy and was like, "Hey, the owner wants to talk to you," and they got his shoe inside the Hall of Fame now. Like he signed his shoe.
It's
and
in
they put
Seattle,
it in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Mariners Hall of Fame.
That's fucking awesome.
And they're like, "We're gonna do this from now on. Like that's
awesome.
Thing.
That's cool. It's cool. Everyone has a weird little tidbit,
Yeah.
When
That's
you're
I
in
thought
Little
it
League,
was dope.
you have these weird little fucking, I don't know, rally monkeys. My Little League team had a fucking rally pig. We called it. It was a stuffed animal, and we would rub it on our bats before every at bat. We would just rub the fucking pig on our bats. That made us thought we were fucking gonna be hit bombs. It didn't happen, but
Didn't happen. I was just gonna ask, did you hit bombs or not? Makes sense. Makes sense.
Nope. Sorry.
Sorry.
we did rally though. We did rally.
Good. Well, this series, Seattle taking on Houston. What you guys thinking?
Houston in 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Houston in 5. Congrats to Seattle for making it this far, but I think it ends here. Astros playing really well.
How I think it.
Trying to
I,
sweep that cheating scandal under the rug, but we'll see how far they
I
go.
think
I
Houston's
hope
gonna
the
win,
Mariners fucking
but I
win.
would love it. So I'm gonna go Mariners in 5.
But this is how I think it's gonna go. Whoever's home team will win every game that series. So
It'll end
first
up
2
in-
games is gonna be Astros 2-0 going to Seattle. Mariners are gonna be hype first game in 21 years, playoffs. Win that game. Next game is a must win, so you have to win. They're gonna win that, but then you gotta travel back to Houston. They're just not gonna have enough manpower, enough people who are ready to step up, I think. And the Astros are pretty fucking solid 1 through 9. Pitching wise, they had some fantastic years out of Verlander, and a lot of their pitchers have been here before. You know, the Astros have made
Ooh.
playoffs a long ass time consistently, and I just think the Astros, they surprised me for sure. I thought losing Correa, losing all these guys was gonna hurt them. They fucking went out and shoved it right back up me, and they won 105 games.
Dude, you keep using that line. Why do you like that line so much?
Jesus Christ.
Why you guys act all sus about it?
What's going on?
That's a sus line. Yeah, I love Seattle and I love the vibe they got, so I'm gonna pick them. Houston's been here too much. I know they have all the experience. They've just
Dusty
done it
Baker,
too much.
baby. Gotta get him one.
Been going too much. No, Seattle needs to win one. Let's do it for Seattle. All right.
How much older is fucking Tony La Russa than Dusty Baker?
Not very.
Yeah.
Dusty Baker's pretty old.
Buckets, kick the bucket.
Damn.
Alrighty then.
then.
Yeah, well, go Padres. If you're watching this and if you are subscribed, we're going to be doing a giveaway. I got an October ready t-shirt, Padres t-shirt. We're going to give it away extra large, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As always, there's nothing wrong with being average.
Hold
Go
on.
Padres, baby.
I need to get this off my chest. The actions of Buck Showalter today, I'm still heated over this. To go out there and say Joe Musgrove is cheating, and then all of a sudden it has to go, he's not cheating. You're a fucking disgrace to this game. Your team is fucking awful, and I'm glad you're sitting at home on the couch watching this fucking series now, because that was fucking bullshit. And if you listen to this, fuck you, Buck Showalter. You're a piece of shit.
Enjoy your vacation, Mets and Mets fans.
Cancun time.
Nothing wrong with being average, ladies and
Go
gentlemen.
Padres, baby.
Go Padres.